Tonight we are looking into questions about who really is taking the risk if millions of taxpayer dollars are used for a convention center hotel.
And I think the big question is, will taxpayers be stuck with a bill if the hotel flops? What Coyne Royce investigating, and Chris Woodard joins us now. Chris, there are still really a lot of unanswered questions about this proposed hotel.
Yeah, Jeff and Kelly, for months we've been hearing about all the benefits a new hotel would bring. More tourists, more money. But as we found out today, even with cash from the state already on the way, those in charge can't tell us who'll be stuck with that bill if this doesn't work.
Plans to build a new 600-room hotel next to the Oregon Convention Center are not cheap. To pay for it, Metro Council is looking for a lot of money from taxpayers.
We would hope that Metro would be way more concerned about protecting taxpayers than they are about protecting out-of-state private developers.
Monday, state lawmakers approved $10 million for the project. Today, Metro laid out plans to borrow about $60 million more and say they'll pay it off with a hotel tax charged to guests of the new hotel. But as you can hear, those plans are still a little murky.
What happens if the hotel's not as successful as you thought and that tax revenue doesn't add up? Who gets stuck with the bill then?
So we are utilizing the transient lodging tax from that hotel to repay those revenue bonds. It's not a new tax. All of the Multnomah County hotels pay that same tax.
Opponents argue taxpayers carry all the risk here and get stuck with the bill if the hotel isn't successful and doesn't bring in enough of that tax.
Risk to taxpayers. They still haven't addressed the issue of who pays if the hotel doesn't perform as predicted.
We tried to find out. Turns out Metro is still working with developers to try to convince them to agree to help pay off the loans if the tax doesn't add up.
Do you think it's important private development take on some of that risk as a backup if the tax doesn't come through?
Well, we certainly would like to see that happen. Yeah, I think it'd be a great vote of confidence and support for the project.
Do you think it would be a deal breaker if they're not willing?
You know, it's hard to tell at this point.
The Metro Council still needs to iron out the rest of their plan and then get the city and county to sign off on this hotel tax sharing agreement. As for the positive here, Metro has long argued that this hotel is needed to bring conventions and thus more revenue and jobs to the city and boost the tourism for this entire area. Guys?
Chris, our coverage of the Convention Center Hotel continues tonight at Coyne.com. There you can find a photo gallery of the proposed hotel location and an infographic that shows how other cities are dealing with this exact same debate.